Hi guys, welcome to a demonstration of RowingSTEM. RowingSTEM is an iOS app that is running right now on the iPad in front of me. It interfaces with a Concept 2 rowing machine. Big thanks to Concept 2 for all the technical support that they have brought in order for us to develop this app. This app is being used in a program called Grow Tulsa, which is a program of the Tulsa Youth Rowing Association, of which I am the director of outreach. We're aiming to get rowing to be more accessible for youth in the Tulsa public schools. At this particular point in time, the app is being used in conjunction with the rowing machines in 3 schools in Tulsa public schools. That is Webster, Will Rogers, and Carver. And the Webster and Will Rogers is actually a partnership with the Opportunity Project and those programs at those schools. And so what I'm going to talk about here is a demonstration on how this app is used. We're integrating wellness with STEM. And so what you're seeing right here is a list of all of the activities that we have designed as a part of those programs. That is, that they are growing as we go, as we develop more. You can access each of these PDFs within the app, and you can also export them out of the app and print them off for those various coaches that are running those programs. The app will Bluetooth with the PM5 monitor, so we can connect the two together. And here I am pairing the machine with the monitor of the PM5. So first I have to turn that on, and once it's turned on, you can see the ID number. And so now I've got them all paired up. You're going to see an activity which is called how much power can you produce. And really what happens here is that the monitor will tell, here I am rowing on the machine, and it's that specific pace that I'm running. It tells you what household device you're actually powering on that machine. So I've taken this to the Tulsa State Fair. I've taken this out to a science fair in Broken Arrow, and the kids just line up basically around the block because they want to have a go on the rowing machine and see what device they can actually power. So the harder that you pull on the machine, the more power required. So there's a projector at 235 watts. It actually takes an awful lot of power to do. And there's a worksheet activity that does this. My experience with this part of the app has been really, really fun to watch and really exciting to do. Another part of the app is just to kind of collect data. That rowing machine monitor collects an awful lot of data. So here I am syncing it to kind of a sandbox mode. And what you'll see here is the force curve being produced, as well as various other metrics when I'm on the rowing machine. And so here I go, I'm rowing on the machine, and there's the force curve. So that is the force I'm putting on the handle over time. So there's some physics that is involved here. The area under that curve is the impulse. So the amount of impulse provided per unit time, which obviously has a lot to do with physics. There are other metrics as well, such as peak force, percentage of stroke at the peak force. So right there, that stroke reached its peak about 60% through the entire stroke. There's drive time, there's drive length, and things like that as well as work. And so, when I first started to build this app, that was one of the things that I wanted to build, is the ability for students to see that, because I think it's a really good practical implementation of physics in a real world sense. And so it's kind of exciting to put that all together. And so the final piece of this app is the data collection functionality. And if I go into access data from labs, you can see all the data that is being collected on that previous screen. If I go ahead and click on one of those things, you'll see that in the app there's a data analysis. So kids can learn graphing and things like that, and you can change whichever variables you want to have. So for example, here I've plotted time against watts, but you could really choose any set of data points that you really wanted. You can save the graph to the device, so if kids want to use that graph for a math or science project or things like that, they can do that. And in addition, you can actually do a line graph with this as well, and also export that data out of the app. And so there's a whole bunch of different metrics that you know you're not seeing on that sandbox screen before, and this provides a really great opportunity for kids to see that data. And there's things like stroke number. There's things like heart rate. So if you're wearing a heart rate monitor, you can view your heart rate over time. So there's biology and physiology that could be employed here. So this just kind of gives you just a general sense of how this app works and all the functionality involved. And we just think it's a really great thing. Rowing in itself is a really great thing, but integrating STEM into that and the kids' ability to collect the data that they create, monitor that over time, create portfolios of that data, and so forth. So really, thanks for watching this video, and appreciate your support of this venture.